What's going on, Guardians? Today I'm going to show you the outline of a Warlock build I'm creating. Yes, I'm making another Warlock build. If you have watched some of my videos previously, you would also know that I've actually swapped over to a female Warlock, which I'm super excited about. But today I really want to show you the bare bones to a build concept that I'm creating for the Stormcaller Warlock, specifically the Chaos Reach Stormcaller, and I want to keep improving it and show it off later on, a complete version of the build, but I don't have some of the things needed. Particularly this Jack Queen King, I need a different role. But I want to show you guys the bare bones because lately, Charged with Light system has been talked about a ton recently. I know Asdacross did a video on it. Error made a video as well as wrote an article about how people are not utilizing the Charged with Light system to their full potential. So I want to start showing off some Charged with Light builds. I actually acquired the mods quite a long time ago, and today I'm going to show you the outline to a Charged with Light concept build, so that A, you guys can go and look at the Charged with Light mods and see if you can create your own stuff, and B, to create another build video for you guys that you guys can then work on, because I only have the bare bones idea of it all. So right now I'm going to show you the build as we fly into the tribute hall, so I can show you how this essentially works, because it's just a really easy way to test and show off things in the build. Alright, so getting into it, you can see right off the rip, we're actually using a really interesting exotic helmet. We're using Veritas Brow, something that really doesn't get used a lot. I think this came with the Warmind DLC, so I'm not really sure how you get it currently. I think it's a random drop now, but back then, if you did the Warmind campaign, I think you got this as a reward at the end if you finished with your Warlock. So the exotic helmet, pretty basic perks: energy weapon kills, boost grenade recharge rate for you and nearby allies. This is primarily a solo build, so we're mainly focusing on our own grenade recharge rate. And the idea of this build is just to generate our grenade as often as possible to be as lethal as possible using our grenades. I really like using abilities in this game, and grenades are one of the more fun abilities in my opinion to use. So we're currently focusing this entire build about regenning our grenade really quickly. A lot of our perks are going to focus on discipline. A lot of our general mods are focusing on discipline or a little bit of recovery. Right now you can see that none of these pieces are masterworked. It's kind of because I just came up with the idea really recently, and I kind of went through all my armor and deleted a bunch of stuff that I don't really need, and then kept a lot of armor that I do need. So these are going to be mostly around the tier 7 energy slots, which is right where you only have to invest enhancement cores. So if you have a lot of enhancement cores, you can quickly and easily put this build together, which I think is really nice. So going into our gloves, we have Firepower, which is our first Charged with Light mod, and one that you're going to be seeing a lot. For this build, you're going to need a lot of solar energy armor pieces, because the solar energy armor pieces give you this perk, Firepower. And essentially what Firepower does, while Charged with Light, regain a portion of your grenade energy when you use your grenade. It's very important to note that this mod does stack, and that's what makes it so beneficial, because the fewer of these you use, the less benefits you're getting out of them, to the point where I found that if you aren't using 3 of these, then you're really not getting the ideal benefits. If you could get away with using 2, and you generate about 30% of your grenade energy, whereas with Firepower, with 3 Firepowers, you generate roughly 50% of your grenade energy, probably slightly less. Moving into the chest plate, we need to find a way to become Charged with Light. The most basic way to become Charged with Light is the general mod perk, Taking Charge. Become Charged with Light by picking up Orbs of Light. So this is really useful if you combine it with a Masterworked weapon, because Masterworked weapons generate orbs on multi-kills in PvE and PvP. So you can just use any Masterworked weapon and generate orbs of light, and then use those orbs of light to become charged with light. So it works out really well. You can become charged really, really consistently. Next, we're moving into the boots. More firepower. Once again, you want to regain as much grenade energy as possible. So up until this point, all of our armor pieces have about 7 energy in them. I think actually all of them do. At this point, we're going to move into our bond, which currently has 9 energy. And that's because we're using, and that's so that we can use firepower along with ashes to assets, enhanced ashes to assets, and innervation. So we're already picking up a lot of orbs of light, and by picking up those orbs, now we're getting more grenade energy back. We're regenerating our grenade literally as often as possible. We're going to use that grenade effectively to generate super energy using enhanced ashes to assets. And then last but not least, another firepower so that we can get 3 grenades back, or so that we can get roughly 50% of our grenade energy back. I don't know why I said 3 grenades. But this essentially lets us regen a lot of grenade energy, and so we can constantly be dishing out grenades in PvE. And once again, you can use this on any subclass. I just thought about using it. This build, the final build, I'm going to try and use it on the Stormcaller specifically, so that, because Chaos Reach to me is a really fun super that's underused, but you could dump this into any kind of Solar's Dawnblade class. You could go on a Hunter and use it on a Hunter class. This is just the bare bones idea of firepower working alongside taking charge. The last thing we're adding to the build is a Demolitionist energy weapon. This way, Demolitionist procs to give us more grenade energy. Veritas Brow gives us more grenade energy. So this combination of an energy weapon with Demolitionist along with Veritas Brow is going to regenerate that extra 50% of the grenade energy we need really, really fast. So now I just want to quickly demo it basically and show you guys how this works. So right now, we don't quite have our grenade. We're going to toggle these 2 tributes right here. Because, again, we're going to be using this gun to kill mostly trash mobs so that we can get as much Demolitionist energy back as possible. But you're going to see we're going to have our grenade ready, so that's fine. We're going to kill these 2 really quick, and that's going to generate an orb of light. So now, in the left side of the screen, you can see we have Death Throws, which is the grenade energy recharging, as well as we have Charge with Light. We're going to do it again just for fun and pick up that orb, and we're charged with light times 2. So now that we're charged with light times 2, we have 3 firepower on currently. And you're going to see when I throw this grenade, the grenade energy bar is going to jump to almost 50%. So here we go. Boom. Probably like 40 to 45% of our energy right there. I would say probably 45% of the energy. And then because we have a pretty high discipline stat, we're regenerating that extra half really fast. However, we can speed it up by getting kills, and we didn't even have to pick up the orb in that instance. You can literally, with this build, always be charged with light as long as you're killing trash mobs, as well as regenerate your grenade basically every 2 kills with the gun. So I'm going to throw my nade, kill the 2 adds, pick up the orb, and we have our grenade back. You're literally getting a grenade every time you kill 2 red bar adds in PvE. That's pretty nuts. And then again, you can use your grenade, you can use whatever heavy weapon, special weapon you want, your grenade alongside a heavy or special, and you're going to be able to take out those majors and do some boss damage. It's really low maintenance for a really high reward of always having your grenade available. Titans, you're always going to have your magnet grenade available and things like that. The only thing is, on anything but a Warlock, this is going to be a little slower because Verity's Brow is helping us out. So just keep that in mind. In that case, you probably just want to up your discipline a little bit so that way that you're getting that regen really quickly. But imagine something like this combination of perks when something like Oppressive Darkness was in the game and we were using a Voidwalker Warlock, getting our Oppressive Darkness grenade back so fast. The only problem with something like that is you're going to have to watch out because that's obviously a seasonal mod, very powerful seasonal mod, and it's probably going to have to be combined alongside something like firepower. Really quickly, I want to show off one more thing. I want to show off the difference between 2 firepowers and 3 firepowers, and you're going to quickly realize that 1 firepower just really isn't an option. Oh, this is the wrong subclass. Okay, well, that's the wrong subclass. It's okay because I can generate my grenade so quickly. You can see I generated over half my grenade energy doing that. Like, it's nuts. Okay, so really quickly, before we end the video, I'm charged with light right now. I'm going to throw my nade, and you can see I got like, what, 25, 30%, so nothing significant. You could, in theory, not use this perk and use something else, like Heal Thyself. However, these mods really get powerful when you stack them, so just keep that in mind going forward. I would personally not suggest high energy fire, because what happens is you end up losing your charge with light consistently, and then awkwardly throwing a grenade when you don't have firepower available to you. So, hope you guys enjoyed. That was kind of one of my first dives into Charged with Light, and going forward, I think we're going to be using this mod system a lot. Highly, highly suggest getting these mods before the season ends, because we don't know if and when they're coming back, and you don't want to miss out on these. I really do hope Bungie does these mods in the future with every new season. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun, and I'll be back in the future with a full version of this build to try out in strikes and things like that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in another one. Goodbye.